Charlie is always doing stuff he shouldn't, and he gets away with it, even when he does it on purpose. Like the times he took his sister Anna's favorite school picture and drew a mustache on it. Charlie, his mother screeched, you say you're sorry to Anna right this instant. And Charlie did what he was told, but I could tell he didn't mean it. So could Anna. Now, Anna, what do you say to your brother? Their mom asked. A tear dropped into a round photo Anna held in her hands. Honey, you need to forgive him. Anna looked at Charlie. He grinned back. That's when Anna started to boil even harder. She ran to her room and slammed the door. Charlie turned to his mom. Jeez, I said I was sorry. What's her problem? Jack, did you see what happened here between Charlie and Anna? Charlie's mother asked me. I shrugged. I wasn't about to say anything. No way. Before I met Charlie, I was a nobody. The one the other kids ordered to move over in the cafeteria. The first one ignored in class, and the last one picked for teams at recess. Then I was somebody. I was Charlie's friend. I looked into being his friend when I rescued Charlie's frisbee from Mr. Frankenstein's roof. Charlie thought it was pretty cool that I didn't get caught. Being friends with Charlie wasn't easy. He wanted me to do things I don't feel comfortable doing. What are you, a goody-good? He said. Besides, it's no big deal, Jack. If you got caught, just say you're sorry. I had to admit, it sounds easy enough, and I was worried that if I didn't do what Charlie wanted, it'd end up being a nobody again. So, one Saturday, I decided to follow Charlie's advice. I invited some guys over to toss water balloons in my front yard. Think fast, he yelled to each other, hoping the balloon would burst what we calls it. I had the water balloon in my hand when Charlie spotted a neighbor Mike by his mailbox. Toss it to Mike, said Charlie. Think fast, I shouted as I threw the water balloon at Mike. It was obvious he couldn't be able to catch it, but I threw it anyway. The balloon burst when it hit Mike in the chest. Bullseye, said Charlie. And the other guys cracked up. Ha ha, very funny, said Mike, and all red in the face. Sorry, Mike, I called back. Yeah, right, he muttered as he walked up his driveway. I thought saying sorry would make me feel better, but it didn't. I felt even worse because Mike and I both knew that I threw the water balloon at him on purpose. A few weeks later, Charlie and I went to aquarium to watch kids set off their day plays the science fair, Charlie noticed Lena putting together the Skyform solar system. He knocked me into ribs and headed in the direction. This is no good, I thought as I followed. Lena, you see, was my friend. At least she was until Charlie came along. I stopped hanging out with her because I didn't look good. Be friends with the bossy girl. I know that hurts Lena's feelings, but a guy has gotten do with the guy. Gotta do the cool, right? Is it a solar system you're making? Asked Charlie, as I figured the solar system balls in a table. Lena nodded and kept working on her project. Wow, those balls are really light, said Charlie, and as he grabbed the three and started juggling with them. Leave those alone, Selena. You'll wreck them. Charlie ignored her and continued to juggle. Lena looked at me. I know she was hoping I'd say or do something to stop Charlie, but I just stood there watching. Suddenly, Charlie tossed all three balls high up into the air and shouted, Hey, Jack, catch! I tried to catch all of them. I really did. But I could only catch one. The other two hit the floor and didn't look so good. You did that on purpose, Lena yelled to Charlie. And you let him, she added, pointing at me. Sorry, we both said. Sorry, it doesn't cut it, she snapped back. Mr. Marcus, the science teacher, came over to see what the commotion was about. What's going on here? He asked. They were messing about my science project and ruining it, said Lena. We were just having some fun, and we already told her we were sorry, right, Jack? Mr. Marcus looked at me, but I couldn't look him in his eyes. I just stared at my sneaker and wished I were anyway else. Jack, what do you think Lena feelings right now about that you did, Mr. Marcos asked me. I looked at Lena and I said in a little voice that I saw her face really mad. And I said, Are you truly sorry, boys? Mr. Marco asked. Like I said, we told her we were sorry, said Charlie. Then show it. What? Show Lena you're sorry by making right your wrong. Charlie stood there looking confused. I got the feeling Mr. Marco was the first person who ever expected more than a sorry from him. It was obvious Charlie didn't know what to do, but I did. Lena, we're really sorry for ruining your science project. Then I turned to Charlie. Come on, let's go to the art room and get some more styrofoam, glue, and paint. It took us a while to fix the mess we made of Lena planet. Man, this is a lot of work, said Charlie as he put the finishing touch of color on Mars. I know, said Lena. Charlie was quiet after that. When we were finally done, Charlie asked if I wanted to shoot some hoops with him and the other guys. No thanks, I said. I'm gonna stick around and help Lena clean up. She smiled. That's when I knew Lena believed I was sorry for what I did. Hey Lena, what? I think your project is out of the world. She rolled her eyes. Come on, wise guy, she said. I race you to the snack bar. Loser boys, deal.